Okay, this is question 3 of the grade 10 function assignment, and let's just get started. Okay, the first question is we're going to sketch f of x equals x squared minus 16 and g of x equals minus 4x minus 16 on the same graph. Well, you look at that x squared there, and you have to know y equals x squared was your first parabola. X squared is a parabola. And the easiest thing is to let x equal 0 and y equals f of x equals minus 16. So your y-intercept is 0 and 16. And it's a happy parabola because that's positive 1x squared. And all you do is let y equal 0. And you've got x squared minus 16, and you know the two brackets, x minus 4, x plus 4 in the brackets. And what two answers for x will make y 0, make this 0. X is 4 and y is minus 4. And then you just put a sketch like that, a nice kind of curvy parabolic sort of shape. Put a 4 and a minus 4, put an F on there, and you've got yourself 3 marks. Now the line, we let x equal 0. This is a line that must be going downhill. That's the shape of it, downhill, because it's a negative gradient there, a negative number in front. If x is 0, minus 4 times 0 is 0, y is equal to minus 16. So that's 1 point. But if you let y equal 0, rub out the g of x and put a 0, you'd add 4x, and you get 4x equals minus 16. Divide by 4, negative 16 divided by 4. Hey, x must equal minus 4. So you do it carefully and solve. Let y equal 0 and then solve for x. And then check it. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. 16 minus 16 really is 0 for y. Well, there's your line, and you have to label it G. You should put little arrows on here. I got a computer to do it, and I didn't do it. You should put little arrows on there. Label the axes. Put a 0 there, too. There is one thing I'm missing here. I think I'm going to put it in right now because it is missing, and it shouldn't be. You should write axis of symmetry right on the y-axis. When you have a parabola, put in the axis of symmetry, just like that. Okay, there's the axis of symmetry. There's your first 6 marks, just sketching it. Now let's try some of these questions. They say, using your graph, where does the parabola equal the line? Where do they cross each other? Where do the points work in both functions? Where do they cross each other? Well, I see they cross at minus 4 and 0, and 0 and minus 16. I can just look at my graph and see that. That's not so hard. Now, the next question says, what happens if we take f of x, which is x squared minus 16? What if we raise the whole graph vertically 20 units? Well, what does that mean? It means you just add 20 to whatever f of x is. Well, minus 16 plus 20 is 4. So there's your new function. So it sounds really tricky or hard or something, but if you want to raise something vertically up 20, add 20. If you want to lower it 20, you'd subtract 20. Okay, so there's our new function, x squared plus 4. The next question is, will this new function have x-intercepts? Will it cross the x-axis? That means if I let y equal 0, will it have solutions? Well, you've got 0. There's different ways of doing this question. 0 equals x squared plus 4. Well, the only way this could equal 0 is if this x squared equals minus 4. But when you square something, it always gives you a positive answer. No values of x here, of the x squared. X can be negative, but no values of, no values of x squared can be negative. So you just can't get this to be negative. I'm going to change that. No values of x squared can be negative. So so you can't solve this equation. That means there are no x-intercepts. And if you sketched y equals x squared plus 4, it would go through 4. It's happy. It never gets down here to touch the x-intercept. Okay, the next question says, what's the range of f? All it means is, what are all the things that y can be? Well, y can be 0. minus 4 and 0. It can even be minus 16. But this parabola doesn't go below, it can't be minus 17 or even a little bit smaller than minus 16. So y can be anything. Y is an element of the real numbers, but it's got to be greater than or equal to minus 16. That's called the range of f, all the things y can be. For the line, y could be anything. This line goes on forever. For g, the range is all real numbers. But for f, it's greater than or equal to minus 16. And that's it.